Namaste, Shubh Abhivandan. On behalf of Chairperson Ms. Shubhra Maheshwari and her committee, I, Gunjan Sindhi, Honorary Secretary FICCI Flow, would like to extend a warm welcome to our ethereal and accomplished guest speaker, Sister Shivani, our distinguished past chairs, and our esteemed members. May we have the national anthem, please? The photographers, please refrain from any pictures during the national anthem.
जन गण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल वंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्छल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मागे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे
May I request Sister Shivani, our past chair, Ms. Sona Chatwani, Ms. Ajita Reddy, Sonali Saraf to step forward for the lighting of the lamp, please. Financial Literacy. Financial Literacy Cell is a pan-India initiative which will focus on empowering women from all walks of life to become more financially independent and secure. The action plan for FLC through the year will be to provide knowledge for women from different segments in a tailored approach. For white-collared women, which include entrepreneurs and professionals such as our flow members, we will provide sessions and workshops to increase awareness and knowledge. We will facilitate entrepreneurship through incubation programs and advising on fundraising alternatives. We've had our first mentorship program for our members and will continue to have more. Members, please make use of it and avail all the opportunities to benefit yourself from it. Chairperson to share her welcome address, please. Get the memento so that the chairperson would be felicitating Sister Shivani. Give the introduction to first sister.
Just a second, one more, please.
Om Shanti. B.K. Shivani is practitioner of Raj Yoga meditation of the Brahma Kumaris for over 25 years. Her practical application of spiritual principles on the TV program Awakening with the Brahma Kumaris for over 14 years has empowered people to overcome issues of emotional distress, depression, and relationship conflicts. In March 2019, she was awarded the prestigious Nari Shakti Puraskar, the highest civilian honor for women in India, for her role in transforming human behaviors. She has been appointed as Goodwill Ambassador by the World Psychiatrists Association since 2017. Om Shanti.
Good morning, everybody. Om Shanti. 2 years of an unprecedented worldwide pandemic, 1 year of strict lockdown, restricted access to our friends and loved ones, global economic downturns, adjusting to the new normal. We have seen it all in a span of a very short period. It is easy to get lost in the negativity or be frightened of the doom and gloom surrounding us. However, to keep going and to live a fulfilled life, it's important to find the light at the end of the tunnel. It is also important to know that there is only one person who can bring to us positivity, and that person is we ourselves. Our mind is the most powerful tool we have to help us preserve and to overcome every obstacle life throws to us. There is a famous quote that goes, "Watch your thoughts, they become your words. Watch your words, they become your actions. And watch your actions, they become your habits. Watch your habits, they become your character. Watch your character, it becomes your identity." It all begins with one thought, which can influence our entire being. And there is no other reason than this, no better reason than this today to start an endeavor on a positive note and to renew your mind every morning with pure thoughts. However, it is often easier said than done. We are delighted to have this very versatile, very powerful, very positive speaker, Ms. BK's sister Shivani, a practitioner and a renowned teacher of Brahm Kumari's World Spiritual Organization, here with us today to speak about the art of affirmations to lead a more holistic life. I now request, without taking more time, though my address had a lot of other points, but without taking more time, I would invite Sister Shivani to address the audience.
Om Shanti and good morning. Let's take a minute of silence. Relax the body. 3 deep breaths and focus your attention on the center of the forehead. Visualize a tiny point of light in the center of the forehead, where we apply the tilak, the bindi. It's the energy center. It's where I, the energy, the creator of every thought and feeling, it's where I reside. And it's from here that I take charge of my body and I take charge of my life. Gently repeat in your mind, I am a powerful being. And as you say this, visualize vibrations of this thought radiating to your body. I am a powerful being, master of my life. I am a peaceful being. Peace is my nature. It's my personality. It's who I am. I am a loveful being. I radiate love to all, always. I don't need, I don't seek, I don't want. I radiate love because it's my personality. I am a loveful being. I am happy always, irrespective of the situation, independent of the other person's behavior. I am happy always. Let's say it once again. I am a powerful being. I am a peaceful being. I am a loveful being. I am happy always. This is my personality. Om Shanti. As you create this thought, I'm a powerful being. I'm a peaceful being. Every thought you create first manifests into a feeling. So depending on what we think is how we feel. And then every thought we create radiates to every cell of our body. It's an energy, it's a vibration. It doesn't just remain here. It radiates to every cell of our body. Every thought we create for people, it reaches them before we pick up a phone and type a message for them. We may speak the best of words, perfect behaviors, politically correct always, courteous. But the thought I create is what reaches people, not the words and behavior. So relationships are not created by what we speak and how we behave. It's about how we think about each other. And every thought we create, it radiates into the environment and it creates the collective energy, whether of our home, of our workplace, of this room, of the city, of the country, of the world. The collective consciousness of the planet is created by every thought we create. So whether it's my mental health, whether it's my physical health, whether it's my relationships or my social health, whether it's my work, it's my professional health, and whether it's the environmental health, it's all getting created from? Where is it getting created from? So this is like the seed. And from the seed grows the tree of life. The seed is not visible. The tree is visible. So we focus on the tree. Perfect body, beautiful relationships. We want everything perfect. But we don't focus on that which is invisible. And that's the seed. If the seed is not healthy, try however hard, can we create a healthy tree? Can we have beautiful flowers? Can we have healthy fruits if the seed is not taken care of? Now ask yourself throughout the day, while taking care of all the roles and responsibilities, how much time do you spend taking care of your thoughts? Do we pause to check, what am I thinking? Do we pause and check whether this is the right quality of thought and should I change my quality of thinking? Or thoughts just keep coming to us? Do we create our thoughts or thoughts keep coming to us? Do we create our thoughts or thoughts just keep coming to us? Ji? Do we create our thoughts or thoughts just keep coming to us? Do we create our thoughts or thoughts keep coming to us? We create our thoughts. Sometimes or always. Good one. 50-50. What is the 50 and what is the other 50? So 50% of the time I create my thoughts, and the other 50% of time? It just comes. Okay, let's look at this line. It just comes. From where? It just comes. From where? It's the seed. Let's be very careful. That seed is deciding the entire tree of life. I have to be very careful what's happening inside the seed. So fine, thoughts come. From where? Give an example of a thought which comes. Because when we say comes, means it's coming from. And when we say create, means it's getting created from. So when we say comes, means comes from. Come from within है तो वो create है. But if it comes from somewhere, if it's from within, then I am creating it, right? So the 50-50. So the 50 I'm creating. Where is the other 50 coming from? Situations. Can you give an example of one thought which comes from a situation? Any one thought. Hanji.
Today morning when we discovered that you were unwell, but the thought was that you will come and address the gathering.
So where did the thought come from? This was created. We want an example of a thought which comes to us. Created, we know which thoughts we create. Give an example of a thought which comes to you. I just request for one example of a thought which comes to you from somewhere. Anji? Not necessarily everybody would be feeling the same. So that means you are creating that experience of peace in response to what you're getting from here. If I was sending it to you, then I would send the identical to everybody, and everybody would feel identical. Everybody is not going to feel identical. Give an example, one thought which comes to you. सारा दिन में इतनी सारी thoughts है, एक example of a thought which comes to you. हाँ जी? Work related. हाँ, so one example of a thought which comes to you. 50% है, उसमें से एक example तो दे सकते हैं. Will it rain today or not? Is a thought which we create. It's not coming from the rain. I am creating this thought. Will it rain today or not? We want an example of a thought, Hanji. A thought which comes to you. 1 minute, Hanji. When we are watching TV. Very good. Oh my God, what kind of a world am I living in? Is coming from where? We're watching TV is fine. Oh my God, what a world am I living in? Is coming from where? Coming from? Somebody else could say, what a beautiful world we're living in. Somebody could say, what a messed up world we're living in. Somebody could say, horrible world we're living in. So where is the thought coming from? Yeah, so I was just waiting for the remaining 50% where they were coming from. See, which creates everything, but we have not paused to check that I create it, or it comes from somewhere, or that somebody else is sending it to me. We know everything about the world. You know everything about your workplace. We even know that what is happening on other planets. We know what's happening under the ocean, but we don't know what's happening in our mind. We're not even sure whether I am creating the thought, whether it's coming to me. Not sure. Not sure. And we just heard, thoughts create the word creates the character creates the personality creates the destiny, and I don't know about that thought which creates my destiny. Any more example left of the 50% coming to us? Any example? नहीं सोच लो, सोचो. हाँ जी, हाँ जी. Yeah, that's okay. I want my mind to be still, not create any thoughts. I'm not able to do it. Why we're not able to do it? Because the nature of the mind is to create thoughts. We can never become thoughtless. We can create one thought and hold on to it. It's our power and our choice how much we want to think. Whether I want to create 5 thoughts or whether I want to create 500 thoughts about something. Whether I want to finish it in 1 second or whether I want to think about it for an hour. Whether I want to hold on to it for 1 minute and then forgive and release, or whether I want to hold on to it for the next 10 years. My choice. My choice. But I need to remember, ये बंद करेंगे. Minimal use of screens is good for health. Minimal use of screens is good for health. Let's talk to each other like this. I'll stand there if you want. Actually, कुछ देखने का है भी नहीं. क्या देखना? More important is to remain focused, which a screen doesn't allow us to do. The screen does not allow us to remain focused. The screen is not good for our mind, and the screen is not good for the brain, and the screen is not good for the body. And we'll spend so much of time with screens, and that is what is a major cause of a very distracted mind. Very distracted mind. So अगर नहीं भी दिखाई दे रहा मत देखो, कुछ देखने के लिए नहीं है. Important is to just focus here and take a final decision. Is every thought created by me, or is it coming from somewhere or someone? I'm still fine, open to the option if it's coming from somewhere. Hanji. Yes.
That situation will say that the child is being disrespectful.
Hanji.
No one will have the thought that no, the child is not being disrespectful.
Hanji.
So it's a thought coming to us, not being created.
1 second. Child is not speaking right, is being disrespectful. So the thought that the child is being disrespectful is a natural thought.
Yeah.
Coming from where? We're not talking about which is a normal thought, which is not a normal thought. That is the second stage. First is that thought coming to you from the child, or are you creating that thought in response to the behavior of the child? Observation, fine. So observation by? Observation by ourselves. So who's creating the thought?
But observations are your thoughts only.
Hanji?
Observations are your thoughts only.
Exactly. Observation are your thoughts only. Yeah. So your thoughts. So whose thoughts? So today, let's delete this one line, thoughts come to me. Because when we say thoughts come to me, it means it's not in my control. It's coming from somewhere else. No thought comes to me. Situations come to me. People's behavior comes to me. The weather is there. But every thought that is here is created by me in response to that situation, that person's behavior, the weather, the work, whatever challenges of life. But who is the creator of the thought? I. 50-50 nahi. 50-50 means some thoughts I create and not the nice ones I don't create. That comes from somewhere else. So that's living a life of blame. We're not taking personal responsibility of our creation. It's like you're running an organization and you're not taking personal responsibility of what is getting created in that organization. You're saying it's just coming from somewhere. Then we're living a life of a victim. Victim. Not a master of my mind, not a master of my life, not a master of my situations. Then where is the power? When we say the power to empower others, it's not empower just physically, empower just socially, but a very important empowerment is emotional empowerment of others. But for me to be able to empower others, I need to take responsibility of every thought I create. Now, so first equation done. I am the creator of my every thought. Done. Not 50-50 sure. Not 90-10 also. Not 99-1 also. So that's a fundamental equation of life. I am the creator of my every thought, my every feeling, my every word, my every behavior. I am the creator. So then I give up the blame game and I say, I am the creator of this thought in response to what they did, in response to what they said. Now, second, do I have a choice which thought to create? So first is I am creator, done. Second, do I have a choice which thought to create? Always? Let's go back to that same example. The child is not behaving right. My child. Not once, not twice, almost on a daily basis. Not behaving the right way, not speaking the right way. It's a stimulus, it's a situation that's coming into my life on a daily basis from the relationship which is closest to me. Do I create my thought in response to the child's behavior? 1. 2. Do I have a choice what kind of thought do I create? Like she very beautifully said, it's natural to think that the child is being disrespectful. Any other options, or this is the only one thought which I can create? Something is bothering the child, so I need to understand what's going on in their mind. 2. Anything else? Option? Very good. What can I do for my child? What is the child going through? And then what can I do for it? And if we sit and pause, we'll create a lot of options of what thoughts we can create. And different people will create different thoughts. So that means, do we have a choice which thought to create? Yes. Always, or some situations we don't have a choice? Any example of a situation where we don't have a choice what thought to create? हाँ जी. आपने आधी बात ही बोली, जहाँ मेरे मन का नहीं होता है, वो तो उधर की साइड है ना, कि उन्होंने मेरे मन का नहीं किया. हम उसकी बात नहीं कर रहे कि उन्होंने मेरे मन का किया नहीं, मेरे मन ने मेरे मन का किया कि नहीं. That is the choice. The other person did not behave my way. They are not in my control. Does my mind behave the way I want it to behave? We are not talking of the power I have on other people. It's the power I have on my own mind. Do I have the power to choose the right thought in response to every situation? Or is it the situation which decides the quality of the thought I create? Yes, but 3 different people will create 3 different thoughts in response to the people. Absolutely.
May I, ma'am?
Hanji.
Sorry. I think the only exception could be those with maybe mental health issues. Like, I've never met a person undergoing depression who wants to be depressed. So a lot of times they don't have a choice in that matter, and that is really why they require the help and support that we give them.
Hanji, that we're talking about an illness. Nobody even wants to be physically ill. I don't want to be physically ill today, but I am. But it's not about whether the body is physically ill. It's about what I'm going to think in response to the body being physically ill. So similarly, somebody could be going through a mental health issue. Someone could live like a victim in that situation and say, this is what I'm going through and this is how I will be. I don't feel like going out. I don't feel like meeting people. I don't feel... And we know it's natural. It feels like that when you're going through that. And some person will say, I'm going to take charge of my life and I will come out of this and I will do everything that's needed to get healed. That again will be a choice. It's very important, because otherwise we can live a life of a victim and say, it's because of them. It's not because of me. And because we live like a victim and we blame people and situations for how we think and feel, and that is why we have started saying stress is normal, anger is normal, irritation is normal. Who is creating the hurt? Who is creating the anger? Who is creating the irritation and the pain? Who is creating it? We nahi bolna. We makes it very generic. Everybody is creating, so it's okay. No, it's like saying सब बीमार हैं, तो ठीक है. No. Even अगर सब बीमार हैं, मुझे check करना है कि मैंने ये बीमारी create किया, so I can heal it. So who is creating the stress, the hurt, the irritation, the impatience, the anger, the aggression, the rejection, the manipulation? Who's creating it? I. I'm creating it, but I don't like it. So I'm creating the stress and I'm saying I want to be happy. I'm creating the anger and I say I want to be peaceful. I'm creating the hurt and I say I want to be love. But then when I'm creating that stress, anger, pain, hurt, I don't say I am creating it. I say they hurt me. Any names on your list of people who hurt you? So good. Select them all together and press the delete button and there it goes. This is power. This is power. Otherwise I can live like a victim. They hurt me, she insulted me, she disrespected me, she rejected me. I can live like a victim. And power is, they did what they did. Not right. They did what they did. But I created the hurt in response to what they did. Which line feels better? They hurt me or I created the hurt? That feels better? It doesn't feel better. It feels very nice to say they hurt me. So I say they hurt me and then I say who will heal me? They. I nahi. That is why we are holding on to the hurt for very long. Till they change or till they apologize, till they realize, till they transform. I'm living with the hurt, saying, they hurt me. They irritated me. And nowadays we don't even say they irritated me, we say they're so irritating. Don't we say they are irritating? So which means this person has the power to create irritation in everybody. This is our vocabulary which needs to change. This is our vocabulary which needs to change. Because it is this vocabulary which is creating every thought. Every thought is reaching up to character, to personality, to destiny. And one wrong thought can change my entire destiny. So who hurts me? I. How long do I want to hold the hurt? Who decides? I. And who heals me? I. When? When I understand this, I won't allow myself to live with hurt for more than 30 seconds, 1 minute. I said like, okay, कर दिया उन्होंने, fine. 30 seconds रो लो, रोना है तो, and उसके बाद. But if I say, they hurt me, then I live with that pain, go on creating those thoughts, they did this to me, they did this to me, they did this to me, everyone does this to me. Bichari main, I'm nice to everybody, but yet everyone does this to me. This is not power, this is victim. This is victim, this is vulnerability. So whatever thought I create, whether it's a thought of stress or it's a thought of irritation or it's a thought of happiness or it's a thought of love and compassion, I am the creator, I have the choice. So we need to have these two equations fitted well. I am the creator of every thought, and I have the choice what to create, irrespective of the situation and people. Is it possible? Have you ever experienced that you've been right to somebody, you've been authentically nice to somebody, and yet they have not created a nice feeling? Experienced? Acha, a lot of times. Acha. Now look at it. Look at the equation. You've authentically been right and nice, and yet the other person has not created a very comfortable feeling, is a proof that their feeling is not dependent on what you do. Their feeling is dependent on what they perceive. So let's take it the other way around. Someone has authentically done something wrong. Can you create a nice feeling in response to that? ये वो वाला easy था, फिर ये वाला क्यों difficult है? Not possible? Think. Jaldi नहीं answer देना. Think. When someone is right, and yet someone is able to create not a nice feeling. So when someone is not right, can someone create a nice feeling? Absolutely. So, Hanji? हाँ, we should तो बाद में. Important is
accept them the way they are and move on.
Important is how I think about them, how I feel about them is not dependent on how they behave. If you hold on to this equation and live with this equation every moment of your life, then stress, anger, fear, anxiety out of the window. Then you cannot sit and say, I want happiness, I want love, I want peace, I don't want, I don't want, I create that in response to the situation. So I will experience peace if I create the right response to a situation which is not favorable. I will experience love if I create it in response to a behavior of someone which was not right. I will create empathy if I'm able to forgive someone who has not behaved the right way. It is not dependent on them. It's completely dependent on me. So third equation, decide out of the 24 hours, how many hours you want to be happy and how many hours you want to spend with the other negative energy. Power is with you. Power is with you. Because from now on, we're never going to say it's because of, we're going to say it's because of me. And when I know it's because of me, in 1 second I can change the way I think about somebody or something. I can keep getting irritated, or I can just go to the center right here and I say, okay, this is their sanskar, this is their behavior, doesn't match with me. We're not saying people will always match with me. They will not. We're not saying people will always be right. They can be terribly wrong. They can be abusive. They can be unethical. But that's about their sanskar. We're not talking about their sanskar. We're talking about what sanskar I am going to create in response to their sanskar. That is power. And when I start using this power, then being happy, being peaceful, being loveful is a natural way of living. Is a natural way of living. I don't have to go somewhere to be happy. I don't have to buy something to be happy. Now when the phone rings, stimulus, that's the stimulus. And what thought I'm going to create in response to that stimulus is my choice. This is how aware we're going to be. I have a choice, I can create a thought. How is it that they don't know that they have to keep the phone on silent in the program? Then I can create a second thought. जब से ये phone आया ना, अरे क्या बचता ही रहता है, कोई याद ही नहीं रखता. फिर third, जब से ये phone आया ना, life बड़ी stressful हो गई है. Because one thought will always lead to another thought and another thought and another thought. So the first thought is very important. And if you check, When you create a negative thought, then the series of negative thoughts comes very fast after that. Now create one thought, acha, it's okay, bhul gaye. There'll be no second thought that will come after that. And reach a stage where you don't create any thought only in response to the phone ringing, because it has nothing which needs a response from my side. Then I will start reaching a stage where I will create minimal thoughts. Conserve my energy. So each time I create a negative thought, the numbers are more. And that's why when we say overthinking, my mind just doesn't stop thinking. That's because quality is not right. So quality and quantity of thoughts is connected. When the quality is not right, quantity will be high. Change the quality, quantity will automatically change. You cannot change the quantity, that I need to think less. You can't do that. Just think right, it will automatically be less. And think wrong and try however hard, you won't be able to stop it. वो चलता जाएगा, चलता जाएगा, चलता जाएगा. अभी करके देख लो. Just rewind and bring up some situation of the past. It could be really old. And just create it here again, and you will have a series of thoughts coming there with you. To a stage that we can even cry right now thinking about something that happened in the past. So it is so real that I can create the same emotion right now which I experienced 10 years back. That's the power of the mind. That's the power of our mind. So first thing, let's delete some of the applications which are opened here which are consuming a lot of this battery. Anything that happened in the past which is over. But I held on to it saying that I can never forgive them. I cannot forget what they did. Is only a choice. And today I can just tell my mind, it's over. It's over. I release, I let go, I forgive, I forget. Will the mind listen? Will the mind listen? Will the mind listen? Eventually. Absolutely. So it all depends what instruction I'm giving to the mind. The day it happened, whatever happened, I said to my mind, I'll never forget what they did. That's it. If someone had to ask you, what did you have for breakfast yesterday morning? It'll take some time to think. Because when I had my breakfast yesterday, I did not say, I'll never forget this. Yes, you have to give an instruction to your mind. So the mind has forgotten it. It's not kept that application here. But the day that thing happened, it may be a couple of days back or years back, I said, I'll never forget what they did. So the mind is the most obedient instrument that we have. The world says the mind is not in my control. Man ek chanchal ghoda hai, bhagta rehta hai. The mind is the only thing which is in my control. Nothing else is in my control. Not my child, not my spouse, not the world, nothing. No one. The only thing that is in my control is my mind. But what did I do? The world is not in my control. I also said the mind is not in my control. So now both the worlds are not in my control. The outer world also and the inner world also. And that's why we start feeling very helpless. We say, kuch bhi mere control mein nahi hai. कहते हैं ना, nothing is in my control. Even when nothing outside is in my control, the way I think about it is completely in my control. And quality of life does not depend on what's happening outside. Quality of life depends on how I think about what's happening outside. Do you know anybody who has everything perfect in life and yet not happy? सब कुछ अच्छा है उनके घर में, and फिर भी वो happy नहीं है. And there are some people जिनकी life में कुछ भी perfect नहीं चल रहा है. Challenges ही challenges हैं, problems ही problems आई हुई हैं. एक ख़त्म नहीं होती तो दूसरी आ जाती है. But they are very happy and powerful. Because the inner world is not dependent on the outer world. This is power. This is power. So my life is not dependent on what happens to me. My life is dependent on how I perceive what happens to me. And that's power. Then I'm not dependent on the outside things. People say life is a roller coaster. Roller coaster क्या है? Roller coaster is what happens to me. कभी कुछ बहुत अच्छा हो रहा है, कभी कुछ बहुत अच्छा नहीं हो रहा है. But if I am creating the right thoughts in response to what happens to me, then here it's not a roller coaster. What would it be over here? Outside it could be a roller coaster. कभी ऊपर, कभी नीचे, कभी ऊपर, कभी नीचे. अंदर? अंदर? अंदर it does not be कभी ऊपर, कभी नीचे, कभी ऊपर, कभी नीचे. That is power. And this power, when we create, then we have the power to empower others. Because irrespective of whatever is the situation, if you're creating the right thought, your vibrations don't just remain to you, they radiate to everyone around you. Let's go back to the child who's not behaving right for whatever reason. Maybe going through something, maybe just a sanskar, maybe the effect of company around him or her. The child is not behaving right. I, as a parent, what is my intention? What is my intention as a parent? What would I want? I want to heal the child. What's the method? Just look at it here. Hold the person here. Not behaving right, not speaking right, not listening to me. Every single day. Rude. Energy coming from that child towards me, not very clean. Now, that means that that child is emotionally, child or any person, is emotionally at a lower energy. If someone is at a lower energy, can we do something for them? If someone is at a lower vibration, at a lower energy, can we do something for them? Can we energize people who are at a lower vibration? Yes. That is power to empower. That is power to empower. That we have the power to empower everyone just by being powerful ourselves. इसके लिए कुछ भी करना नहीं है. If someone is at a lower vibration, all I need to do is I have to be at a higher vibration. But if I say that when my child does this, it's natural for me to get hurt. It's natural for me to feel pain. Then I'm going to go to a lower vibration. The child is already at a lower vibration. I sometimes go lower than the child. And when I go at a lower vibration, what do I radiate to the child? I radiate pain to the existing pain. And that is when the child would not like to talk to us and would prefer to go and talk to an unknown person. Why would they want to go and talk to a stranger? Very good. Because the stranger doesn't get pulled down to a lower vibration in contact with that person. The stranger doesn't say, मेरे बच्चे ने ऐसा कैसे बोल दिया? Stranger says, अच्छा हो गया, कोई बात नहीं, बैठो, let's talk about it. That's very comforting. Because that sends good energy to the child. The child is able to come out of their pain. But what does the parent say? तुमने ऐसे कर दिया, हमारा क्या होगा? हमने तुमको ये सिखाया था. The child says, आप प्लीज़ बाहर जाओ, मुझे अकेला छोड़ दो अभी. कहते हैं कि नहीं? Leave me alone. We have the purest intention for them. We want to be with them. We want to guide them. And we really can guide them with the best of advice. But at that time, a person doesn't need advice. They first need strength. It's like suppose I'm walking down here and I miss the step, I trip. I don't need someone to come and tell me, आपको पता है कैसे चलना चाहिए था? हाँ वैसे लाइक छोड़ दो ना, मेरा को दर्द हो रहा है, I don't want to listen कि कैसे चलना चाहिए था. उस टाइम क्या चाहिए? Someone who's going to come and first pick you up, heal your wound, and फिर धीरे से बाद में बोलेगा आपको पता है ना, वो बोलेगा मुझे ऑलरेडी पता है, मुझे ठीक से चलना चाहिए था. You don't have to tell me that. So people don't need advice. They already know what's right, what's not right. But right now they don't have the strength to do what is right. So they don't need advice, they need power to implement the advice which they already know. So now we have to decide, I as a parent, I as a spouse, I as a friend, do I want to give that advice, or does my family member need to go outside to a counselor to get that advice? So a counselor is detached. Counselor is detached. Detached means doesn't create pain listening to their pain. Simple. The counselor radiates unconditional respect. The counselor says, अच्छा आपने ऐसा कर दिया, कोई बात नहीं, चलो बात करते हैं. Parent says, तुमने ऐसा किया कैसे? तुमको मैंने ये सिखाया इतने साल. सारे लोग क्या कहेंगे, मेरे बच्चे ने ऐसा कर दिया. This is the difference. Can we become a counselor? Can we become a counselor? Can we be a counselor? Yes. When will we be a counselor? When we are able to create the right thoughts in response to the not right behavior. So when we practice this power, that creating my thoughts irrespective of the situation, and then you start practicing it in the little situations throughout the day, stuck in the traffic jam, somebody not listening to you, somebody not working right. Karte jao, and you're creating, okay, fine, I'm creating stability. And then you reach home in the evening and your child doesn't behave right. By that time, your mind is already programmed that I don't react to what the child is saying. I still create the right thoughts in response to what the child is saying. At that time, I have the power to energize the other person. So we have the power to heal people. We have the power to empower people. But we also have the power to consume the pain, live in pain, and also add pain to their existing pain. Choice is ours. But if I say, बच्चे ने ऐसा किया तो बुरा तो लगना ही था ना. And then I don't say, 4 friends also say, हाँ obviously बुरा लगना था, ऐसे कैसे नहीं बुरा लगता. So they endorse my pain. And if I go and say to somebody, नहीं मुझे बुरा नहीं लगा, and they're going to say, कैसी मदर हो, तुम्हें बुरा नहीं लगा, ऐसी कौन सी मदर होती है? Because we are living in a society where the equations are different. So we won't get the best of advice. But we have to know, what does my child need? When physically someone is unwell, we're very clear what the person needs. But when emotionally someone is unwell, we say, मेरे साथ ऐसा किया, मुझे ऐसा बोला, मेरा बच्चा होके मेरे साथ ऐसा किया, और करना भी था तो अकेले में करता, मेरी 4 friends के सामने भी बोलती. There. So like we understand physical illness and we are good caregivers when someone is physically unwell, we're going through times when we need to understand that people are emotionally unwell. Mental health issues, different. That's another next stage. That may be one somebody around you could be going through. But emotional health issues, how many people around you think are going through emotional health issues? Everyone. And which are emotional health issues? Ego, jealousy, greed, worry, fear, anxiety, hurt, rejection, manipulation, long list. These are emotional health issues. So now I just have to live my life with the awareness, yes, this person is going through that, understood. My role is to first take care of myself. First, don't go to take care of them. So if there is a turbulence and the oxygen mask falls down, if there is a turbulence and the oxygen mask falls down, and even if your child is sitting next to you, you are not to put the oxygen mask to your child. Visualize, will we be able to do this? Because maybe we've never gone through a situation where oxygen masks fall down. But we hear it every time we're on a flight. And what does it mean? You can never take care of another person without taking care of yourself. Because if I try to put the oxygen mask on the other person, by that time I will get suffocated. And so neither can I save myself, neither can I save them. So to save them, I have to first save myself. So if someone around me is going through pain, I have to first save myself. So the first step is I don't consume the pain and start creating pain and say, मेरे साथ. How do I consume pain? When I say, उसने मेरे साथ ऐसा किया. उसने ऐसा किया. Leave it till there, full stop. But when I say, मेरे साथ ऐसा किया, it becomes personal. And that's why people around us say, no, don't take it so personal. कहते हैं ना, don't take it so personal. You say, मेरे साथ नहीं, ऐसा किया, because they are going through that. So that's the first step. Second, what's my role and responsibility right now? What do they need? They need healing energy. They need love. They need understanding. They need compassion. They need empathy. So I cannot think कि मेरे साथ ऐसा किया. I have to think, what are they going through? So shift from feeling pity for yourself, being a victim saying my child is not being nice to me in spite of my 20-25 years of selfless parenting. That's not the shift. What are they going through? मैं बिल्कुल ठीक हूँ, but वो क्या कर रहे हैं? This is called detachment. जिस वर्ड से हमें बड़ा डर लगता है, कहते हैं स्पिरिचुअलिटी, भाई हमें अच्छी नहीं लगती. क्यों? हम बहुत डिटैच्ड हो जाएंगे उससे. एब्सोल्युटली डिटैच्ड हो जाएंगे. That's the purpose of our life, to become detached. But what is the meaning of detached? Detached means that my mind is not dependent on the state of mind of the other person. It's detached. It's like two children born physically joined. How is life? How is life for them who are physically joined? कैसी जीवन होती है? They have to stand together, sit together, sleep together. They have to do everything together. But then they are operated and they are like this. So one can sit, the other can stand. So which one is more comfortable? This is detached, but wasn't that nice, attached to each other? Nahin? Nahin? So detached is better physically, similarly emotionally. Emotional attachment means your state of mind affects my state of mind. Emotional attachment means if one member in my family is in pain, everybody else creates pain. And emotional detachment means if one member is in pain, I remain stable because my mind is not dependent on their state of mind. And because I remain stable, I'm able to radiate power for them to be able to come out of their pain. So 4 people of a family walking on the road, and there is a pit, and one person falls in. So what are the other 3 supposed to do? हाँ, the other 3 cannot say हमारा इतना प्यार है एक दूसरे से. कहते हैं कि नहीं हम, हमारा इतना प्यार है एक दूसरे से कि वो गिरे तो हम भी गिरे. That is attachment. कि हम इकट्ठे गिरते हैं. And क्योंकि हम इकट्ठे गिरते हैं, there is nobody to pull us out. Together we live in pain. So what is more healthy, attachment or detachment? सोच के बोल. Detachment is equal to unconditional love. लोगों को लगता है detachment मतलब प्यार ही नहीं रहेगा. Detachment means unconditional love, which means how you behave doesn't decide what I create for you. Do you worry for your children? Do you worry for your children? Natural है ना, बच्चे हैं तो चिंता तो होगी. चिंता की quality of thoughts की energy क्या है? What's the quality? Low? Sure? Sure? Would you want to send lower vibrational energy to your child? Then why do we say बच्चे हैं चिंता तो होगी? Never ever call a negative emotion as right. Care for your child, not worry for your child. 2 बातों में बहुत फर्क है. चिंता means इसका क्या होगा, कैसे करेगा, क्या करेगा, and care means इसका सब बढ़िया होगा. Even अगर कुछ बढ़िया नहीं हो रहा है अभी. Even अगर कुछ बढ़िया नहीं हो रहा है, can you still create a thought सब बढ़िया होगा? Yes? Can you do it? You can see your child everything going wrong in their life. And then create a thought sab badhiya hoga? Can we do it? That is power of affirmation. What is affirmation? Affirmation means any thought that I say repeatedly. Affirm. Affirm. Unaware, we affirm a lot of thoughts. Even this thought, bacche hain, chinta to hogi, we affirm this. We affirm this. We say it very often. बच्चे हैं चिंता तो होगी ही, पहुँचे नहीं है चिंता तो होगी ही, फ़ोन आया नहीं है चिंता तो होगी ही. So I'm affirming कि चिंता होगी. So unaware, we create a lot of negative thoughts as affirmations. And anything that I affirm repeatedly is the energy that I create, it radiates and it manifests. Because the spiritual law is that thoughts manifest, they become a reality. संकल्प से सिद्धि होती है. संकल्प से सिद्धि होती है. It's a law, just like the law of gravity. This is a spiritual law. It's working always. But because we're not aware of the law, unaware, we're creating a lot of negative thoughts repeatedly. Can you think of any other not a very healthy thought which we say very often? Very good. पता नहीं क्या होगा. और अच्छा, देख के चलो गिर जाओगे. तो क्या बोलना चाहिए? Keep changing the vocabulary now. Which means convert every thought from a lower energy to a higher energy, because that every thought is the seed which is radiating to the tree of my life. How many of you are busy? No, all normal. Normal hota hai na कि I am busy, I don't have time. A negative affirmation. An affirmation of lack. And इतना affirm करते हैं कि छोटे छोटे बच्चे भी बोलते हैं, I am very busy, I am very busy. Because they're picking it up from us. I am very busy, I am very busy. छोटे छोटे बच्चे, I am very busy, I am very busy. Mom, I don't have time. इतनी सी एज से they are creating lack in their life. They're creating lack in their life by saying, I don't have time. Time तो उतना ही है. Time तो उतना ही है. It all depends what relationship I create with time. If I say I don't have time, I will never have time. If I say I have more time than I need, I will always have time. It's a choice what word I use. If I say busy, I will always have a turbulent energy. If I say I'm easy, I will always be easy. काम उतना ही करेंगे, घंटे उतने ही होंगे. The work will not change, the number of hours will not change. How I think and what vocabulary I use and what vibration I create will decide quality of my life. Can we change the line today? Instead of saying I'm busy, can we say I'm easy, I have lot of time? आप बोल पाओगे दूसरों को I have lot of time? वो कहेंगे क्यों आपका काम नहीं चल रहा, you have lot of time. That's the point. So a lot of lines we are saying because they've become more a society status symbol. I am stressed, you are stressed, we are stressed, stress is normal. If someone had to come and say I'm not stressed, they'll say क्यों आपका काम नहीं चल रहा? You are not stressed. ऐसे कैसे हो सकता है? That means you're not successful. आपका कुछ चल ही नहीं रहा होगा, इसलिए you're not stressed. So sometimes I'm just using the word because everybody else is using it. But use कर करके, बोल के, जो stressed नहीं था, वो भी stress experience करना शुरू कर देगा. आजकल एक नया word है, I am depressed. सुबह सुबह उठते हैं, शीशा खोलते हैं, the weather is so depressive. Depression is an illness. Depression is an illness. Don't manifest it in your life by saying like this. I am depressed. Even if everything has gone wrong, there's only one thing that I can keep right, how I think. Because thoughts will manifest and become a reality. वो गाना सुना था ना, all is well. क्या था लाइन, जब कुछ भी ठीक ना हो, something, क्या बोलना है? All is well. That all is well is an affirmation. कि कुछ भी ठीक नहीं है, everything is going wrong, तो भी आप बोलो all is well. And all is well बोलने से क्या हो जाएगा? माइंड ठीक हो जाएगा. जब माइंड ठीक हो जाएगा, फिर माइंड बाकी सब चीज़ों को ठीक कर लेगा. लेकिन सब कुछ ठीक ठाक है and I'm saying I'm depressed. आजकल बच्चे बोलते हैं I'm depressed. सब ठीक है. I'm very depressed today. I need to see a psychologist. ये नया status symbol है. I need to see a psychologist. I need counseling. You know what we are inviting into our life by saying all these things? So we have to be very careful what I am invoking and manifesting into my life. So आज से let's change the affirmations. And to change the affirmations, we consciously create some affirmations. And we consciously create those affirmations which we want to manifest into our life. So like in the beginning we said, I am a powerful being. When we say, I am a powerful being, which means situations don't overpower me, I choose how to think in a situation. I'm not a victim. When we say, I am a peaceful being, I'm replacing my affirmation which says stress is normal. When we say, I am happy always, we are replacing the affirmation which says, I want happiness. वहाँ जाएंगे तो खुशी होगी, वहाँ जाएंगे तो खुशी होगी, ये करेंगे तो खुशी होगी, वो खरीदेंगे तो खुशी होगी. कुछ भी खरीदने से खुशी नहीं मिल सकती. खरीदने से कंफर्ट मिलता है. Everything that money can buy, it's going to give us physical comfort. Happiness comes for free. The world is working very hard to earn more money to be happy. And after buying everything, फिर भी कह रहे हैं खुशी चाहिए. Because खुशी cannot come with all that we buy. Comfort खरीद सकते हैं. Happiness depends on how I respond to every situation. So now, you choose what you want to manifest in your life and let's put it in the affirmation. क्या manifest करना चाहेंगे आप? Anybody? Anji? I want to be happy, so we will change that to I am happy always. Always भी add करेंगे उस पे. Otherwise it is like, I am happy sometimes, but sometimes I'm not happy. I am happy always. Anything else I want to affirm? Choose. Gently socho. Choose any sanskar of yours which you would like to change. These are general. I'm powerful, I'm happy, I'm peaceful, I'm loveful. General. When we say I am loveful, we're replacing the affirmation which says I need love from people. ऐसे खड़े रहते. मुझसे प्यार से बात करो. We don't need love. We are love and we radiate love. But it all depends on what thought I create over here. If I say I need love, then I'm always like this. When I say I am a loveful being, then I am and I radiate. So these are generic affirmations. Anything specific you want to change about yourself? Very good. I'm emotionally strong always. Yes. I'm protected by the divine energy. Hanji? Very good. I'm happy, healthy, wealthy, fit and fine. Ho gaya sara kuch. Yeah, it's true. That's how it has to be. That's how it has to be. Anything else you want to manifest? You can change any sanskar of yours using this. आप अपना कोई भी संस्कार चेंज कर सकते हैं. Say for example, किसी के अंदर संस्कार है कि वो प्यार से लेट आते हैं हर जगह. होते हैं ना, प्यार से मतलब कोशिश करते हैं फिर भी नहीं आ पाते टाइप पे. कुछ लोग अपनी घड़ी भी 15 मिनट आगे सेट करते हैं, बहुत कुछ करते हैं. बट यू नो वाई? बिकॉज इट्स अ संस्कार. इट्स ऑलरेडी अ संस्कार दैट आई हैव क्रिएटेड सम टाइम. बट संस्कार इज लाइक अ कोडिंग ऑन द माइंड. एंड अफर्मेशन मीन्स चेंजिंग द कोडिंग. Even though I have a coding, I don't need to live with the coding for the rest of my life. I can change the coding. How do I change the coding? By consciously creating a different thought for a few days, and within a few days that coding will automatically change. So instead of saying, क्या करूँ? I cannot reach on time. मैंने बहुत कोशिश की, नहीं होता मुझसे. Start saying, I'm always before time. Not on time. I'm always before time. कुछ लोग कहते क्या करूँ? I keep procrastinating. मैं decide करती हूँ फिर भी नहीं करती हूँ. Say it. Put it in your affirmation. I complete everything in the accurate manner before time. जो आपकी आदत ठीक नहीं है उसको बार बार नहीं बोलना है. उसको बार बार बोलने से वो और पक्की होती जाएगी. Whether it is your habit or whether it's the habit of someone else. So we use the power of affirmations not only for ourselves. We can use the power of affirmation even for other people. Go back to that child and create an affirmation for that child. करिए. The child is, reality is, the child is rude. The child is disrespectful, that's the reality. Do not create the thought of what the reality is. Create the thought what reality you want to create tomorrow. That is power of affirmation. What we are doing today is looking at the reality and creating the thought. कैसे बात करता है, कितना rude है, कितना समझाओ. So it is the truth, वो rude है. But we are creating the thought of the reality. We're not to create of the thought of the reality, because if that happens, that reality will enforce. We will create a thought of the reality we want to see. क्या देखना चाहते हैं उस बच्चे? He is a good child. Soft-spoken, well-behaved, respectful, compassionate. जितनी लिस्ट गुणों की डालनी है उसके अंदर. His choice is all yours. The choice is all yours. It's the label we put on the other person. So आप लिखेंगे अपने कुछ affirmations अभी? हाँ, अभी लिखेंगे. Simple, basic affirmations which we all are going to do. And then specific ones which you will choose depending on what change you want to create into your life. First one is, I am a powerful being. Powerful being means always we will overpower situations. I am a powerful being. Second, I am calm and stable always. I am calm and stable always. This is opposite of I am stressed. Third, I am fearless. Especially during COVID time. The world said fear and anxiety is normal. And people say, natural है, COVID है, डर तो लगेगा ही. So we affirmed fear and anxiety is normal. We affirm to such an extent today that we don't have anxiety, we have anxiety disorders and panic attacks increasing. Happening to people because all millions of us created fear and anxiety in the air of the country and the world. So I am fearless. I am happy always. Which is replacing the thought, I want happiness. Very important affirmation, I am a giver. Very important, I am a giver. देने वाला. चाहिए चाहिए नहीं. चाहिए 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 नहीं. When we say I am a giver, then I need nothing. I don't need love. I don't need respect. I don't need appreciation. I don't need approval. I don't need acceptance because I'm a giver. So we're shifting from needy, wanting, to being a giver. अब इसमें आप एक और अपना डाल दो, कोई भी पर्सनल. एनी संस्कार यू वांट टू चेंज. सपोज आप किसी की बात को लेकर हर्ट हो जाते हैं जल्दी. So then you put an affirmation, I accept people as they are. I accept people as they are. People accept me as I am. If there's anything I need to release and forgive, past is past, it's over. Past is past, it's over. I release, I forgive, I let go. Past is past, it's over. I release, I forgive, I let go. Opposite of I cannot forgive, I cannot forget. Opposite of that. So always the language is very important of affirmation. It's like mantra. Mantra accurate hona chahiye, nahi to siddhi change ho jayegi. So this is also mantra. Affirmation is mantra, no? What is mantra? We take a high vibrational word and we repeat it. That's affirmation. So that's why we have mantra for health, we have mantra for wealth, we have mantra for happiness. But sometimes what happens, we're saying the mantra without understanding it. So affirmation only means we start saying it in our own language, in our own vocabulary. Then one affirmation for health. My body is perfect and healthy always. When we say my body is perfect and healthy ना, I accept my body the way it is. सारा दिन उसमें नुक्स नहीं ढूंढते रहते. आज मैं ऐसी दिख रही हूँ, आज ऐसी हो गई, आज ऐसी हो गई. Don't reject your body. Should not reject your body. We're sending rejection. Accept. So my body is perfect and healthy always. Hanji? Hanji? I create the right thoughts in every situation. I create the right thought in every situation. Or I create the right thought always. Hanji? Yeah. Absolutely. Yes. 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 Absolutely. Right. We are using the affirmation because we are negative. The day we change, we don't need to use all this. So initially, I will not believe what I'm saying. I'll say, itna stress hai, what am I saying? I'm happy always. I am not happy always. But because I'm not happy, that's why I'm saying I'm happy always. The day I'm happy always, I'm going to stop saying that affirmation. So we need to understand the law. The law is what is not the truth right now, say it and make it your truth. When you are saying it, you know you are faking it. Which means you're saying that which is not the truth. But knowing the law, that what I say repeatedly will become the truth. So initially when we say it, we will not feel it. But just say it. So the first step starts with just say it. The mind will say, but it's not true. बोलते जाओ सिर्फ बोलते जाओ. थोड़े दिन में the mind will start becoming थोड़ा comfortable. Which means कि वो suppose there is a black line on a piece of paper and now I want to erase the black and draw white. I can't erase the black, but I can overwrite the black with 5, 10 white circles, and one day that black circle will not be visible. But the first day when I draw the white circle, the black circle is going to be visible. If I give up, then I will live with that black circle. So I go on and on and on writing on that, and I reach a stage where that black circle, which means that low vibrational sanskar of mine, is over, and I have replaced it with a high vibrational sanskar. So when we say Om Shanti, it's not just a greeting, it's an affirmation. Main Shant Swarupatma Hum. I am Shanti. In a world where everybody is saying Main Ashant hu. But Shanti aayegi kaise? By saying I am Shanti. So first step will be, I will not believe what I'm saying, but I have to just keep saying it. Then I will reach a stage where I will be comfortable saying it. And third, I will reach a stage where I will start seeing it happening in my life. And fourth, I will reach a stage where it becomes my sanskar. It becomes my sanskar. Hanji? Hanji. So we're doing that. So we've written an affirmation for the body. My body is perfect and healthy. Anyone going through any mental health issue, my mind is perfect and healthy. And otherwise also, we can all write it. My mind is perfect and healthy. Hanji, we're doing that right now. Once we finish writing this, so we'll see how to do it. Hanji? Hanji, so we're going to see right now when to do it. So we've done affirmation for sanskar, we've done affirmation for body. You can create an affirmation for your relationships, which we wrote one, I accept people as they are, people accept me as I am. My family is united and will always be. Rishte bikhrenge nahi. My family is united and will always be. These are just a variety of affirmations. Finally, we're not going to say all of these. We'll select 8, 10 out of this for us. All my relationships stand on respect and trust. Then put an affirmation for your profession, for your work, that you have to create. Whatever goal you set for yourself in the next 3 months, in the next 6 months, the affirmation is, I have already achieved, fill in the blank. Because everything has to first manifest in the mind and then manifest in the world. I have already achieved. Success is certain for me. Not I want to be successful. Success is certain for me. I'm easy, I have more time than I need. I'm easy, I have more time than I need. God's power and blessings is a divine circle of protection around me. This is for everybody. God's power and blessings is a divine circle of protection around me. Draw a circle around you. It's like a suraksha kavach, a protection shield. We say हमारे आसपास की vibrations अच्छी नहीं है. So when you envelop yourself with a higher vibrational energy, you are not going to allow a lower vibrational energy to enter into that circle. So God's power and blessings is a divine circle of protection around me. It's my suraksha kavach. So you can choose 8, 10 out of these. But once you choose, you will be using only that for the next, not 21 days. It doesn't happen in 21 days. It takes time. It takes time. Habits don't change in 21 days. It becomes very easy to come back to the old habit otherwise. We just keep doing it. हम गिनते ही नहीं कितने दिन लगने वाले हैं इसको बनने में. We keep doing it. And most of the affirmations we've written are so generic that actually we do it for the rest of our life. We will do it for the rest of our life. Now when do we do it? 2 times are most powerful. Just before we go to sleep and first thing when we wake up. Subconscious mind is active. So उस time पे जो thought create की जाएगी वो deep चली जाएगी अंदर. So the last thoughts just before you go to sleep, at least 2-3 times, repeat it, and जो thought आप visualize कर सकते हैं, visualize it also. You know, like we create a thought, my family is united, visualize it. Visualize it, everyone together, beautiful relationships, harmony, everyone's respectful to each other. So whatever you visualize, it will get coded faster. We get coded faster. So there are 2 powers, power of affirmation and power of visualization. So at least 2 to 3 times, last thoughts just before we go to sleep. After that, we don't look at the phone. It has to be the last thought. If you put any other thought after that, then that is your last thought. Hanji? Hanji, whatever. You change. You write whatever affirmations now. You can write, I'm grateful for everything that I have, for all the people in my life, for nature, for everything. So last thing before going to sleep, first thought when we wake up. इसीलिए कहते हैं ना सुबह सुबह किसका चेहरा देखा था. It means what is the first thought you create. So we create our affirmations before we check the phone. In order to become powerful, it'd be good to work on de-addiction from technology. It'd be good to work on de-addiction from content. If we don't do it, we will not have the power to empower our children to be able to do it. Content creates our thoughts. Content creates our thoughts. So I also put an affirmation that everything I watch, read, listen is pure. Everything I watch, read, listen is clean, pure. Because how much ever I create positive affirmations, if I keep consuming negative content, I'm not going to be able to create right thoughts. So what I watch, read, listen is who I become. So this scrolling, screens, time pass चल रहा है, वो कोई time pass नहीं, it's very toxic. बहुत toxic है. If I consume content which has lust, which has greed, which has ego, which has aggression, which has fear, which has crime, and everything else, then nothing can stop me from becoming that. So that's where spirituality plays a very important role, that we integrate at least 15 minutes in the night and 15 minutes in the morning of divine content. So spiritual content has those words that I want to become: compassion, empathy, acceptance, forgiveness, letting go, appreciation, gratitude. Content that I'm consuming throughout the day is only complaining and criticizing. Hatred, intolerance. And we think we're supposed to be informed of what's happening in the world, and that's why we're going on consuming it. We don't need to be informed of what's happening in the world. Why do I need to know everything that's happening in the world? Most important is, do I know what's happening in my own world? That's it. If I consume the world, I will become like the world, and the world will become more of what the world is today. So at least 15 minutes in the morning and 15 minutes in the night, consume pure divine content. It's emotional diet. Then we say our affirmations before our every meal. Before our every meal. We were all taught to pray before we eat. है ना, हमने सीखा था. So why do we pray before we eat? So we say those high energy words into the food. Because food absorbs our thoughts, and then when we consume that food, that thoughts becomes my predominant thought. You're going to have your lunch over here now today. Now you don't know who has cooked for you. You don't know who has cooked for you. You don't know whether that person is stressed or upset or angry or irritated. Especially when, अगर आपको चाहिए तो आप एक बार जाके किचन में देख के भी आ सकते हो. चिल्ला रहे होंगे इधर, जल्दी कर, ये कर, वो कर, वो कर. And then we eat that. And फिर खाने के बाद थोड़ी देर बाद हम भी चिल्लाने लगते हैं. जैसा अन्न वैसा मन is power, power, power. Power. This whole thing of eating out very often is taking a toll on emotional and mental health. This thing of being at home and ordering food. This thing of not having time to cook for our family because we're so busy earning for our family. And हमने कहा it's normal, हमने इतना पढ़ा लिखा, हम थोड़ी खाना बनाएंगे रसोई में खड़े होके. You know why we are emotionally stronger compared to the children today? Because our mothers cooked 3 times for us. Our mothers cooked 3 times for us. उन्होंने हमें नहीं कहा वो बना रही है तुम खा लेना मैं शाम को आऊँगी. So when she's cooking, she's radiating power, she's radiating blessings, she's radiating love. अब कोई और खाना बनाएगा तो उस तरह से तो नहीं बना सकता ना. So even if you don't have time to cook, at least go into the kitchen for 15 minutes when the food is being cooked. Go there and stand. Go there and stand and radiate the thoughts into the food even if somebody else is cooking it. पूरा घर बदल जाएगा. We have seen so many families where when the person who's cooking for them and they go on a holiday, you know, typically 1 महीना छुट्टी पे जाना है, रिश्ते बदल जाते हैं उस 1 महीने के अंदर. अगर आप रिवाइंड करके देखेंगे आपके घर में भी ऐसा हुआ होगा. So if the person cooking for you is very aggressive, agitated, खाना बनाते समय पिक्चरों के गाने सुन रहे हैं ईयरफोन लगा के, you have to decide कि आपको अपने बच्चों को कौन सा खाना देना है. प्रसाद खिलाइए, अपने रसोई में प्रसाद बनाइए. So that's why in the kitchen have high energy words playing in the kitchen. Bhajan, whatever you like. Play it in the kitchen throughout the day. Every word will energize the food, the water, the fruits, the pulses, everything in the kitchen. Exactly like it happens in a mandir, masjid, ashram. ऐसे ही नहीं किसी ने बोल दिया जैसा अन्न वैसा मन. It's science. It's science. The more we eat food which is cooked with the intention of profit, the more money becomes a priority for us. Paisa, 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 paisa for everybody. बिकॉज हम पैसे वाला खाना खा रहे हैं. ब्रदर एंड सिस्टर आर रेडी, चलो कोर्ट में मिलेंगे. अगर मदर के हाथ का खाना बना रहे होते ना तो एक दूसरे को अपनी प्रॉपर्टी ऐसे ही दे देते थे. तुमको ये चाहिए, ये लो, मेरे पास है. वो हुआ करता था. वी आर नॉट टॉकिंग हिस्ट्री, वी आर टॉकिंग दैट व्हाट यू एंड मी हैव सीन इन दिस लाइफ टाइम. But if we don't bring that back, our children and their children will never get to see anything of that. So in the process of giving your family everything that you did not get, do not forget to give them what you got. What you got. We got power through our meals. तो खाना रसोई में बिल्कुल प्रसाद की तरह बनना चाहिए. And फिर when the meal is ready, put the affirmations into the food. You want to change your child, just put affirmations into the food before giving it to them. 15-20 दिन में you're going to see different behavior over there. Energize their water with affirmations. And energize their food with affirmations. And just before you eat, take that 5-second pause, say the affirmation to your food. आज यहाँ खाना मत खाना without saying your affirmation. When you say your affirmation, you're changing the energy of the food. You're putting, I am happy, I'm healthy, I'm peaceful, I'm powerful. So you're changing the energy of who had cooked for you. करेंगे affirmations before eating? करेंगे? Do it every single day. So morning, night, 3 meals. You want to manifest it faster? Every glass of water. Water memory. Water absorbs vibrations. इसीलिए कहा जाता है जैसा अन्न वैसा मन, जैसा पानी वैसी वाणी. इसीलिए कहते हैं आप कौन से शहर का पानी पीते हो? कहते हैं ना, आप कौन से शहर का पानी पीते हो? विच मीन्स आप जिस शहर का पानी पियोगे आप वैसे बनते जाओगे, बिकॉज यू आर अब्जॉर्बिंग द संस्कार ऑफ द सिटी थ्रू द वाटर, बिकॉज इट्स इन द एयर ऑफ द सिटी. सो इसीलिए ये थोड़े दिन करना पड़ता है. 8-10 दिन के बाद इट बिकम्स अ हैबिट. मतलब नाउ आई नेवर फॉरगेट टू ड्रिंक वाटर विदाउट डूइंग इट. It's just a habit. It's like we don't forget to wash our hands before eating. चाहे कितनी भी जल्दी हो, we'll not forget. Similarly, we'll not forget this. So morning, night, 3 meals, 5-6 glasses of water. So on an average, it becomes 8 to 10 times a day. 8 to 10 times a day is more than enough. Because you're doing it at the most powerful time. Morning, night, meal, water. 8 to 10 times हो गया. रोज़ करते जाओ and अपने अंदर change देखते जाओ. But रोज़ affirmation change नहीं करना. Stick to the same coding. Same coding. So once you select your affirmation, then you are going to use that for the next couple of months. If you have something specific lined up for the day, you can put an affirmation for that. The meeting today will be a powerful experience. Instead of saying, पता नहीं आज meeting में क्या होगा, पता नहीं ठीक होगा कि नहीं होगा. So create a blessing for every scene of your life. That's an affirmation. Gradually we reach a stage where our vocabulary becomes affirmation. Normal vocabulary. आपकी बात करने का तरीका वैसा बन जाएगा. आप हर चीज़ में बोलेंगे हाँ जी everything is perfect, हाँ जी everything is very good, हाँ जी everything. सामने वाला बोलेगा कुछ भी perfect नहीं, बोलो सब perfect है. Because that will become your vocabulary. And that will change who you are here, and that will change what you manifest in your life. So it's about taking charge of what we create, choose, and then start creating the right thought, even if situations are not my way, even if people are not my way. Okay, ji. Thank you so much. Om Shanti.
Thank you, Didi, for giving us an exemplary session on affirmations for leading holistic life. May I request Rashmi Doshi to take an autograph from Didi? I now request Senior Vice Chairperson Ms. Ritu Shah to deliver her vote of thanks. And we are very grateful to you, Didi, for this special session.
A very pleasant afternoon to all my dear friends. ज़िंदगी में अच्छे लोगों की तलाश मत करो, खुद अच्छे बन जाओ. आपसे मिलकर शायद किसी की तलाश पूरी हो जाए. On this note, I, Ritusha, on behalf of Flow Hyderabad, thank Sister Shivani for opening her knowledge pitara here with us this morning. शिवानी जी, आपको मिलकर और सुनकर मन बिल्कुल तृप्त हो गया. एंड टुडे आई क्रिएट द थॉट दैट, और शायद हमको हमारी तलाश पूरी हो गई आज आपसे मिलकर. Thank you, Sister Shivani, for gracing Flow Hyderabad with your auspicious presence. A heart full of gratitude to all our sponsors. Platinum sponsor Argentum Arts the Silversmith, Diamond sponsor Freedom Rice Brand Oil, Creative partner RBC, Event partner Shrivari. Thank you Deepak for the warm hospitality extended. Thank you press and media for your continued support in all our events. Thank you to our pillars of support, our past chairpersons. Your guidance is our strength. A big thank you to all our Flow members without whose presence nothing is possible. A shout out to the committees of 2022-23 for working tirelessly and weaving each event by event. Happiness is not based on achievement. It is not the destination. It is on the journey. So stay happy and healthy, my friends, cause ज़िंदगी में ये तो तय है कि तय कुछ भी नहीं है. Have a happy day. Thank you and Jai Hind.